Baseball might be named America's pastime, but in terms of ratings, football has it beat. The defining professional sports league for the 21st century America has been the NFL. The NFL, as we know it, has really only been around since the 1960s, but professional football dates back far longer than that. The first noted professional football event took place in 1892. Football was rising in popularity, but the lack of organization was preventing it from growing further. Realizing this, owners of several Ohio League teams met for an organizational meeting that led to the decision to start a new league. These owners all decided on a name, the American Professional Football Association, and they named Jim Thorpe the president. Throughout the 20s, more teams were added to the AFPA. It was in 1922 that the AFPA rebranded and became the National Football League. 1932 changed the NFL and the way championships were awarded. At the time, the champion would be the team with the highest winning percentage, but the Chicago Bears and Portsmouth Spartans finished the season tied for first. With no additional tiebreakers available, the league reversed a longtime rule against playoff games and held the first NFL championship game. The Bears won 9-0. The league overhauled its system in 1933. Now the teams in the league were divided into divisions, the Eastern Division and the Western Division. The 50s were a great time for the league. Integration, expansion, and impressive championship runs helped increase its popularity. Football was becoming the popular new sport. The NFL also started facing competition from other leagues. In November 1959, the American Football League had its first draft. By 1960, the league had a television contract and 8 teams. The AFL became more popular, and the leagues found themselves in bidding wars, trying to outbid the others for draft picks. Dallas Cowboys owner Tex Schramm advocated a potential merger. A series of meetings occurred to work out the details of the merger, and in June of 1966, the AFL-NFL merger was officially announced. At the end of each season, the league champions would play an AFL-NFL World Championship game. This was the first iteration of the Super Bowl. In the 1970s, the NFL began to take shape into what it is today. The merger allowed for the NFL and AFL to be combined into one NFL. The Colts, Browns, and Steelers of the NFL agreed to, with the 10 existing AFL teams, become the American Football Conference, while the remaining NFL teams were the National Football Conference. The NFL was now an institution, and by the 80s, the Super Bowl was regularly getting over 80 million television viewers. The NFL continued to thrive. The Chicago Bears and New York Giants, two of the oldest NFL franchises, used legendary defenses to get their first Super Bowl championships. Another team of the 80s and 90s that thrived was the Denver Broncos, thanks to star quarterback John Elway. Elway's Broncos went to 5 Super Bowls, winning the last 2. The 2000s saw a dynasty that still exists in the NFL nearly 2 decades after their first Super Bowl victory, the New England Patriots. Bill Belichick's Patriots weren't expected to dominate at all, but an injury to starting quarterback Drew Bledsoe in 2001 led to second-year quarterback Tom Brady taking over. A solid year for the young Brady and a good defense led them to a massive upset over the St. Louis Rams, and in the Super Bowl that season, Brady was named MVP. 2 years later, they won again. The year after that, they won again. Suddenly, the Patriots were an undeniable dynasty. Since 2001, the Patriots have been in 11 Super Bowls, winning 6. The other big change for the NFL in the 2000s was at the commissioner's office. Commissioner Paul Tagliabue announced his retirement, and in August of 2006, the NFL owners voted to make Roger Goodell the new commissioner. The NFL grew exponentially, and the one attempt at a new football league during that time, the XFL, lasted just 1 season. Since Goodell took over, the NFL has continued to thrive, but his NFL has also been riddled with controversies and public relations nightmares. Despite these controversies, the NFL remains a powerhouse in American sports.